Alrighty. Welcome to episode 0 being released after episode 1. I wanted to take a second to walk through really some of the major mods that I have installed so that at least have an understanding for what they are. Once I encounter some of these mods in the game, I'll talk through them more during the playthrough. But I got a list of mods over here and I'll post them in the description as well so you can take a look at all of them. We're going to start with the tracking station here. I'm going to talk about some of the mods that we have. So obviously this is Kerbin, and the Moon, and Minmus. And if we keep scrolling out, you'll notice that the Kerbal system is pretty busy. Yeah. So you have your normal Duna. Let's see, there's the Moho, Jewel, and then there's some small additions, large additions to the Kerbal system. Added a couple mod packs that essentially expand the Kerbal system to be a bit more realistic like the Earth. So as you get further away, the gas giants get bigger and bigger. You got these things called Ervo and Havis and Eldon, Plot, Urium, Raxus, and this one's got a weird orbit, Sod. And so this expands the Kerbal system. I believe it's called the Outer Planets mod. And there's a couple dependencies on the Final Frontier that I have as well, but Outer Planets mod adds these things, these extra worlds in the Kerbal system. If we keep scrolling out, we'll see that the Kerbal system's not the only system that's here. We got Toon, Karsani, Hades, Deb, Calbelow, and Anubis. A couple of these other systems are added based on the Promised Worlds mod pack, which is essentially a mod pack that adds the promised systems that the developers told us we'd get in KSP 2. There's some good folks that went through and rebuilt the systems that we thought we were going to get in KSP 2. Obviously, we're not going to get them now, given everything that happened with KSP 2 and the development there. So I believe those two are Toon and Deb. Maybe Kursani as well. There's a couple other mods I have that add these other systems here. And those are Cosmic Serenity. So it has the Anubis system and the Hades system. So yeah, I just wanted to give a bit more exploration options here, so I hope we'll make it to some of these during the playthrough. There's a lot to get through in the Kerbal system now. As you can see, we barely made it to orbit around one of these planets. But gives us lots of options. This is again why I need your feedback on whether we should, for example, build a base on Minmus or start exploration of one of these bodies out here. So again, always welcome to your feedback. So that's kind of the mods that add planets or systems or moons or rocks that we can visit kind of in the universe here. So we'll head out of the tracking center and go to the tech tree. So you can see the tech tree is huge, much bigger than normal KSP. Primarily that's because of community tech tree and all of the community tech tree kind of dependencies. And then to fill out the community tech tree, I have a couple parts mods like DaMichel's mod additions. I have the Mark II, Mark III expansion mods. I have all the near future mods as well. I have a procedural fairings mod, which makes building fairings pretty nice. Got Restock Plus, and a couple mods that add things that aren't necessarily related to community tech tree, but I have ScanSat and Remote Tech as well. ScanSat gives you real science satellites to put in space. Lets you kind of observe other planets or check their weather, their materials, resources, that type of thing. And then remote tech is probably my favorite mod in KSP. That one really makes it more difficult to set up satellite constellations and make sure you have communication back to Kerbin the entire time that you're exploring the Kerbin system. Also got the Stirling engines, mod packs, and all the dependencies there. I have a mod pack that adds station parts and station science to get with Kerbalism, which I'm really excited for. Yeah, that's all the mods that I have to add parts. I did not add Blue Dog design. I know that's a popular one. But that mod pack kind of changes the base parts of KSP, and I wanted to keep the base parts and use those as much as I could. A couple other mods kind of related to parts. I got Tweak Scale. I'm gonna try not to use that all that much, but I do like it to build kind of very custom and functional payloads and satellites. That's why I like to use Tweak Scale the most. I won't use Tweak Scale for kind of the main tanks and rocket engines. At least I'll try not to. And then some of the other mods I have that are just quality of life. Rocket Sound Enhancement, which just improves the quality of sounds of your rockets. I got Firefly, which I showed in the last video, in video 1. It makes reentry look much prettier. Final Frontier, help you understand how the Kerbals are doing, what achievements they've gotten. Just make it a bit more personal. Maybe I'll get attached to a couple Kerbals. Your typical improvement mods, so distant object enhancements. I like the contract pack additions. Gives you, and you've seen that in the mission control center. Just gives you a wide variety of contracts. So yeah, I'll say most of my mods are pretty standard quality of life mods, which add up to quite a bit if you've ever used CCAN to mod KSP. And then I'll attach a video. I forget the name of the YouTuber that posted this, but I'll attach a video of all of the... He does a really good job of summarizing some decent mods. So I'll attach that video. I pretty much copied that video and added them to my mod pack with only minor additions. I believe Community Tech Tree was one of those additions. But I'll attach the video and put a link to that video somewhere, top left, top right, maybe in the middle. So you can click on. He does a really good job explaining what the mods are, what they do, and how to use them. So yeah. Looking forward to more episodes. About halfway through episode 2 right now. I'll post that once it's ready. So again, thanks everybody for joining into episode 0. Listen to me ramble about my mod pack for a little bit. And excited to talk with y'all later.